Hey, I cannot hear your audio. Can you hear me okay?
I had mute on.
Now I can hear
So
you.
I double muted myself. What a jerk.
Ooh, thought
Man.
it was me.
Nope, it was me. You know I'm the technical difficulty guy.
Look
You
at we
know?
had a comment before we even started there. Look at
Oh,
that.
did we? Did we?
Yeah,
So
yeah. Tony
what's up?
Weekland.
It
First time
may be the
caller.
person who's outside of our door because I told my family that somebody's knocking on our front door and nobody's getting the front door.
Oh,
Let me tell them again.
fair enough. Tony, if you're knocking on his door, please stop. We're trying to record a video cast here.
All right. I told him again. If somebody gets the front door, that's great. If nobody gets the front door, that's great too.
It's like Mr. Rogers give you a surprise.
Yeah, actually, nobody was there. Who was knocking on our front door?
It's probably Tony.
It's probably Tony. Jeez, Tony.
Tony.
Golly, Tony. Ruin it for everybody. Jeez. Anyway, we've got a great show for you tonight. Isaac's here. I'm here. We don't have a guest, but we're talking about family vacations and gaming while on vacation. It's spring break for a lot of people around the U.S. We just celebrated our spring break for our kids. What about you?
Yeah, we had spring break a couple weeks ago. Just recently, just got back. I think we got back right when you left. I think we were off by like a week.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
we'll talk about where we went and all that. Yeah, I was actually, Jason, a good point. I was actually going to say that. It looks like you got a nice little haircut.
Yeah, I got a haircut.
Good.
So, do you want to hear the story behind the haircut?
Is it a good story?
It's an interesting story. So
I'm
we, so we went to Florida ahead of our trip that we're going to talk about in just a little bit. And I didn't have time to get a haircut before we left town. I was doing a lot of work and stuff, and that just getting a haircut from some random place in Florida took us 3 hours to find a place that was open on Saturday at 5:00 p.m. In the retirement community of the Villages, Florida. There was one place that was open, and they took us at about 6:00. And I didn't know this place. It was called the Haircuttery.
Sure.
Apparently, you walk in. There's no prices anywhere, but it was the only place. So I got a nice haircut. Lady was super nice. She shampooed. Great. I dig the haircut. I think it looks pretty good.
Yeah.
Nice.
No, it's looking good.
Yeah, nice and shapely,
Cool.
like me. But I had no clue what the price of my haircut was, and she rang me and my son up. 2 haircuts. Guess the price.
You and your son, just a haircut.
Just getting 2 haircuts.
I mean, $40 for 2 of you. More? Oh,
Let's go 65.
Oh,
60.
32.50 a haircut.
Yeah, but no, not evenly split. Josiah's haircut was $5 more than mine because apparently that lady charges $5 more than the lady I had.
Did you get a beard trim too?
No.
Hair wash.
I've seen this in other places. The independent hair stylists having independent pricing and them just being in a space together. So anyway, Tony said, "What's a haircut?"
Yeah, so, haircut and a shave, Tony. It's 2 bits.
There we go.
Welcome to Haircut Chat tonight.
Haircut Chat. I was actually going to start the show with cookies again because I made some cookies and they're good.
Yeah,
anyway,
I could just grab one.
Yeah,
you could buy a board. You'd buy a couple board games for that.
That's right. Like, what can we purchase? What can we purchase for $65? What would be a good board game? So, I forgot how much I hate this show.
I have no idea who that comment's from.
I know who it is.
Is it Rick?
He's in a group chat with other people from On Board Family. Anyway, we've got a great show. We're going to be talking about board games and travel. And so, what's our first question, man?
We are talking, like you said, about travel. And can I tell you the funny thing? We have a document list. I throw the questions, kind of structure it out. Brian fills out. And I was looking really quick. And when we get to our games, we're going to be talking about travel. We're talking about games you can take for travel. And I accidentally was looking at the last time we had, and the first thing you had was Zombicide on the list. And I was like,
"Ooh,
what the heck is he?" And I had to like scroll and like, what is going on here? So luckily,
Zombicide on spring break.
Yeah, not what we're doing. So our opening question was, where did you go for spring break this year? I know both of us had family trips. So Ryan, like I said, you left when we were getting back. So if you want to start, where'd you go for spring break this year?
Yeah, so we went on a cruise. We just got back day before yesterday. We went on a cruise with Carnival. Went to the Caribbean. A couple lessons learned. Uh, Beautiful weather this time of year. Um, uh, our kids eat a massive amount of food, and one of our children eats ice cream 4 times a day. I'll let you guys pick who that is.
It's you.
And no, it's not me. Every time my daughter got ice cream, I was like, really? Again? Really? And then the third thing is that I'm thankful for my kids not being absolute hooligans who are pompous and spoiled, because man, that ship was full of some teenage fools that I wanted to pop. Anyway, so
yeah, we took a trip. I'll talk about it in a minute here, where we were around more teenagers, and that is in the past, and
wow.
that can be a little crazy. You
Yeah.
think the parents are taking care of stuff, but they're just as foolish as the kids.
It's wild. It's wild.
But we actually we went to Boston this year. We asked
Nice.
my daughter's on a different spring break in college, so we asked my
Mhm.
son, where do you want to go? And is there anybody you want to bring? We could take one more person with us. And he said, Mom, I know you guys won't want to do this, but I really love to go to like a video game like convention or conference, but I know you guys won't want to do that. And she laughed at him. She's like, you kidding me? Your dad
Yeah,
goes to all
that's
these
super
board
cool.
game things all the time. Of course we could do that. And PAX
Mhm.
East lined up to our spring break.
So that was your spring. Okay,
That
I
was our
saw
spring
you were
break.
over there. I
So,
was
yeah.
like, oh man, how did that work out?
So we went Saturday and Sunday for PAX East, and I'll talk a little bit about PAX East. Actually in the future, we're going to try and do an episode talking about video games and board games.
Mhm. Yep.
But long story short, I love PAX Unplugged. I think
Yeah.
PAX Unplugged is my favorite convention, but PAX East is 90% video games
Mhm.
with some board games.
Okay.
So for me, by the second 2 days there, I was good. The
Yeah.
second day, I played Magic most of the second day, to be completely honest.
Okay.
But got to try some new stuff, meet some smaller publishers. It had some space, some stuff that may be coming to Kickstarter someday. So
Nice.
you can see a lot of that on our TikTok channel. But we did that for 2 days, and then we stayed in Boston. So that was over Sunday. We stayed through Thursday. Checked
Mhm.
out the city. Have you been to Boston?
I have not. That's actually we've got 2 or 3 places that we want to travel as a family, and that's one of them. So.
It was awesome. The Freedom Trail was amazing. Walking and seeing all these different grave sites and historical buildings,
Yeah.
and the house Paul Revere came out of, and old Ironsides. And you go into one of the first graveyards, and Samuel Adams is right there, right around the corner. And
Nice.
this guy comes up to us in full Boston regalia. It's like
Okay.
9 a.m, and he goes, the best thing about Boston, nowhere else. And he points to the pub right across the street. Can you have a cold Sam Adams while looking at a cold Sam Adams?
That's really funny.
The best
really
part
funny.
was 5 minutes later, we're still walking around graveyard. The guy
Mhm.
comes up and tells the exact same story, completely oblivious that he had just told us that story.
That's
And
funny.
my son goes, I think he's had too many Sam Adams already today.
Yeah. Good, no doubt. So,
but it was a fun trip. It was a lot of fun.
Facebook user Isaac loves graves.
It's
So,
Rick. I tracked him down.
hot take. So anyway, so it sounds like we had some really good times, good
Yeah, it was
memory
fun.
making
was fun.
times on our family vacations. And honestly, spring break the past couple of years since 2020, our spring breaks have kind of been tame. Like usually we go somewhere for like 2 or 3 days, and we
Yeah.
just try to have like a partial spring break because the kids are out. So you and I are in similar situations where our daughters are both in college. Does it make us bad parents that we told our kid, no, you're going on spring break, tell your professors whatever, we planned this already? Does it make me a bad dad?
There's no such thing as good or bad dad.
Okay.
It's just dad.
Okay.
Just how it works.
Yeah.
But speaking of spring breaks, you've gone on some trips in the past, right? So this is not
Yep.
the first. What was the your favorite spring break trip from when you were a kid, through school, through family? Like, what's been your favorite big spring break?
Let's do I think this is was one of my favorite spring breaks in recent years, just because it was an actual week-long trip that we haven't had in a long time. And then go back in time to 18-year-old Ryan.
1986.
19 no
88, sorry.
Was it my senior year?
99?
I think it was my senior year, 99. And
99.
so we went to Orlando, and my best friend came with me, and we stayed pretty close. We stayed at a resort type place. What do you timeshare?
A
Timeshare.
timeshare. Yeah.
And and we stayed really close to where the Orlando Magic play. And
Okay.
one of the nights, my parents dropped me and my best friend off. We watched a Magic game. I bought a Penny Hardaway jersey. It was just ridiculous, and
That's
the time
amazing.
around the pool and stuff was so much fun. It was really good. So I probably still have that Penny Hardaway jersey. Just a heads up that I was quite a bit thinner at the time because I had gotten really sick my senior year, like deathly ill.
Mm,
And so I don't know that I still fit in it, but I might try that one day. So
that's hilarious. Was Stuart one of the? Oh, Stuart was the Game of Sidekicks comment. Now I see it.
okay, gotcha.
The snide comments are all Rick.
Oh, I see it. 18-year-old Ryan married already for 3 years with 2 kids. He's not far off. I was 22, 1 kid, married, and had a house. It was a quick learning.
Yeah,
So.
22 and married, and we got our house like a month after we got married. So house and a dog, and we were ready to go. So for us, spring break, we didn't really do a lot of trips when we were younger. We had the family restaurant that encompassed all of our life. We took a big summer trip every
Mhm.
year as a family, but spring break was just kind of a time to work more. So college took a few trips here and there. The dumbest one I took was to go camping at Hocking Hills, which is in central Ohio, near where Origins is. Beautiful spot, but it was like February, and we were tent camping, and it was the coldest I've ever been in my life.
Yeah.
But the best spring break trip I ever taken was actually last year. We went with our friends, with mom and dad with the 2 kids, and our kids all
Mhm.
get along, and the 8 of us went to Cancun, and it was
That's cool.
amazing, absolutely amazing. My son learned what it means to go to a all-inclusive resort, and he just every time Bray was like, I can get ice cream again. Like, sure, I
Yeah.
don't care.
Yeah.
We're just sitting around. He's like, can I go get food? I'm like, yeah, I don't care.
Yeah.
Go
Yeah.
grab some food. And we ate a ton. I ate so much I got kidney stones from it.
Oh.
So it was way more meat than I usually eat, but you just
Yeah.
keep
Yeah.
eating, right? And but I mean the atmosphere is great. The company was great. It was an amazing trip.
Yeah.
Definitely a highlight for me and for our whole family.
That's really cool. That's
Oh,
cool.
Stuart's right. So Rocky Point is a very close second. So Rocky Point is in Mexico, just I don't know how many hours over. It felt like forever, but it was this tiny little town
Mhm.
in nowhere, Mexico, where
Okay.
Stuart's family had a house. Like literally, you cross the street and you were in the water, and
Wow.
it was amazing. It was scary getting there
Okay.
because he was just kind of like just we'll get you over the border and we'll just drive for a few hours. And it's different when you see trucks with people with guns on the back, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a whole different world out there.
Yeah. I went to Venezuela one time, and staying in a not a hotel, but like some converted building, and like there's guards out there, and it's like, why is this necessary?
Yeah, 1.5 hours
Mm.
across the border. That's right. They consider it the beachfront of Arizona, since it's
Okay.
all landlocked. So beautiful area though. Very, very
Interesting.
nice.
Cool. That's awesome.
So did you guys take some games? Did you play some games
We did,
when
yeah.
you went? Okay.
Right before we left, I did a quick TikTok on 5 of the games. We actually took about 10 games with us on the
Nice.
trip. We got to play. We played about half of them. One was kind of nostalgic, and I'll talk about that in just a little bit. One of our favorite memories. But yeah, it's really like we had fun. It would when things kind of settled down at night after the shows, after like sometimes we would watch a movie. My son and I watched Black Adam, and what else? We watched. There was another movie we watched. It was really both of them were really good, even though I can't remember the other one. But we watched. Top Gun Maverick, and
Oh
so they
yeah.
were
Super
the
good.
outdoor by the pool. You
Oh,
could
it's
jump in the
awesome.
pool and still watch. It was good. Had a really good time watching some movies, and at night when things kind of settled down, playing some games.
Break
And
out
when the
some
kids,
games.
yeah, when the kids wanted to go hit the buffet again and they just want to do their own thing, me and Aaron sat down, played some 2-player stuff. So
It's
it was good.
awesome. So,
You know?
what can you think of a favorite memory playing a game on spring break, whether it's
Yeah,
this one or a previous one?
yeah. Previous one, we did a spring break. My I don't know if it was spring break, but the kids were younger. It was the year that the Bloody Inn was released, and
Okay.
we actually we had I'd seen the Bloody Inn at our local store, Moxie Games, here where we live, and I saw it on the shelf, and I was like, man, that looks so good. Weberson Santiago's artwork is phenomenal. I have Bloody Inn right here, so
2015. I just looked it up.
okay, so 2000 summer of 2015. So we see this at our local game store, and I'm like, "What is this?" And it's just so beautiful to me. So we get down to Florida, and we hit up Cool Stuff Inc. And I'm like,
Okay.
"Okay, second time I saw it, I have to get
Yep.
it right now." So I picked it up from Cool Stuff Inc. We're in Orlando area, and we're sitting by the pool. The kids are in the pool; they're a little younger, and they're just hanging out, having a fun time. And I just bust out this game. I said, "Aaron, we're going to play this by the pool. We're just going to sit here and learn it." And it was just phenomenal. Like just sitting there, chilling out, just sitting there with drinks and just playing the Bloody Inn by the pool while the kids swam and made friends. It was so good. So
That's
that's
awesome.
one of my favorite memories of a game on vacation.
I have never played that.
Well, so this was the end of the game chat. We are no longer friends, and we will see you at the table. So now I have to teach you. So Aaron and I were talking about it. Our copy of the Bloody Inn is mildly beaten up just because it gets a lot of love, and the cards are a little janky.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking I have to get another copy of it because Pearl Games went out of business, and so I know it's still under Asmodee. But I think I have to get another copy just in case.
You're getting a repeat question there.
Same question. Did you pee in the pool? You know I did.
I did. Oh boy.
Oh jeez.
Yikes. Top Gun.
All right.
Danger Zone.
Yeah.
So our Cancun trip that we talked about, we packed a small handful of games. I always pack a bunch in my backpack or in my carry-on bag. I'd say the majority of my carry-on bag turns out to be small box card games, right? The stuff that's easy to pack. So much that inevitably every single time I go through the scanner, it's dense cards and dice. It always gets searched. It's inevitable that it gets searched. I have a couple like small card boxes, right, that I just pack tight, and so it's super dense, right? So like I see what it is. And we went to Disney. One of the games I'll be mentioning later, we sat down and played. It was Colorado, and we had these tiny little tables. It was a night show. It said Disney on Ice Spectacular, or it didn't even say on ice. It just said Disney Spectacular, and it was the jankiest Disney characters you've ever seen, like costumes that they made, like in somebody's basement, all on roller skates, like. Olaf's head is like flopping all over while they're singing in Spanish, all the songs. So it was just very funny. And I just tied into the fact that we were playing that on this tiny little table while watching that. And, it's just like you said, there's a lot of that kind of like, okay, well, we're waiting for food for a while, or hey, we're just gonna have a couple drinks and sit at this little table and play some games. And outdoor can be kind of tough, and there's some good games for outdoor. Right. But we were in Boston each night. We kind of, it was a lot of activity during the day. So we'd go back and we had a little table in the room. We played a couple small games, got a couple small box games at PAX to try out. One that was really good, one that was not so great. But it was just fun to try them out. So
nice.
Oh, that's a bad idea.
Floppy Olaf Head is a good metal band name. So
I'd watch it.
I think this might beat Floppy Olaf Head. This is Mickey Mouse. Let's see.
Oh, there we go.
This is Mickey Mouse in France.
Oh, like a guy on the street. Like wow.
Yeah, that is frightening.
Yikes! Yeah, I would not. And so interact with that fellow.
That Joker took his head off at one point. He was by a bar, and him and his buddy, who was dressed the same way, he took his head off and immediately just started smoking, and he's asking people stuff and asking for things. And I'm just like, man, this is what part of France are we in, man?
Yikes.
Yeah, I never thought I'd get mugged by Mickey Mouse, but that day.
See my Venom head just fall off?
Oh, geez. I didn't know what that was.
Because I took it down earlier.
Yeah, you showed my son the Venom.
And I forgot to. I kind of just quickly hung it back up there. So yeah, that's it's a live show. Things are gonna happen.
It happens. What you gonna
do? So that's the games we've enjoyed playing while on spring break. So why are games, and we've talked about taking them, why are games a good thing to take on spring break or a trip in general, family trip, wherever, vacation?
So I think one of the things I liked about being on a cruise was the fact that, first of all, buying the internet on a cruise is cost prohibitive. Like there's no reason to have the internet on a cruise. It would have cost us hundreds of dollars. I had to get the internet for one of our kids because they had to turn on in a couple assignments during the cruise. And it cost me $102 for one child to have access to the internet. Wow. And it wasn't even good. It was like garbage internet.
Just enough to get something.
Yeah, it was less than 56K modem. It was really bad. So
yikes.
I heard the dial-up tones in the back of my head. But it was really good because none of our phones functioned or did anything beyond if you had a mobile game on it. So it forced us to have a lot of interactions and a lot less screen time, which was really, really good. And I think that's something that we're going to try to be a little more attentive with. And I think bringing board games on a trip, bringing Coloretto on a trip, it forces you to interact around a table instead of interact with a phone in your hand. And I really, really love that. And I love that's what this hobby brings.
That's awesome.
It's really good. So,
I don't know if you see it. Your video's gotten kind of fuzzy. I just checked it on my phone. Yeah.
I will tell my family to get off the internet.
See, there you go. Are you still on the ship?
Get off the internet. We might be on the ship. I don't know. Is this a dream?
So might be. Yeah, this is why you spend money, is to do this. For us, why are games a good idea taking a trip? A lot of what Ryan said is trying to get away from the cell phone, get away from having your face buried in something else. And one of the reasons we go on these trips is to spend time together. And if we can sit around table and play a few games, have a few laughs. Sometimes everybody's exhausted, right? And they just want to veg out, but you can still sit around table, have a good time.
Yeah.
We took a couple of games to a little dessert coffee shop and, just hung out for a few hours, played a couple games. And, we walked through Chinatown where they had all these different little bakeries, picked up some desserts, said, okay, let's go have a little dessert buffet and play a couple games and, just enjoy the time together. So, I've always said I feel like games are the best social lubricant there is as far as interaction goes. So
absolutely. So Tony, this is not my dream. Isaac has never been in one of my dreams. So
it was all a dream.
Oh geez, that's frightening. So Isaac, you mentioned one of the games that you thought I had put on my list for tonight. You said you thought that I put Zombicide on my list.
Yes.
So let's talk about the games that are a no-no when you're packing for a trip. Zombicide is a no-no. I would say anything that's got a ton of little pieces. Think about games like Tiny Towns. Okay, Tiny Towns is a great game, but I'm not bringing that on a trip. You got little houses and buildings and tons of cards. I'm not bringing cubitos on a ship or on a travel. They're too fiddly. They have too many small things, and I just don't want to deal with. Oh crap, we lost one somewhere.
Yeah.
Probably the game that we travel with the most, that has the most pieces, would have to be Deep Sea Adventure. So it's got a ton of pieces, but it packs up really neat, and it's really small, but it does have a ton. So that would be my breaking the rule game. Yeah.
I found this at PAX East. They switched to a bigger box, right? And so I want this size box, but I found it at a store that was selling new and used games, and it was marked up a little bit, but I'm like, oh, I'm paying for this because I really want that.
Thingiverse has a really good insert for it. My brother, I don't know where my copy.
Oh yeah,
My brother printed it out years ago, and it's one of the best inserts for a small game. So, Mechs and Minions. Yeah, Mechs and Minions.
Yeah,
Gonna take that on vacation.
Bad choice.
So.
You might as well take that and Tidal Blades and My Father's Work. And
Yeah, my father's work. We also took that. It was 600 pounds. No big deal. So,
so size matter, components matter, right? Like you said, the size of the game matters. So I have packed bigger games by putting them in like a gallon size Ziploc bag.
Okay. Yeah.
In fact, I have taken Lacrimosa in my carry-on to a lot of different places by putting the boards in one bag, a gallon size bag, and everything else in another gallon size bag, and just being able to have it. And there's a lot of stuff in that box.
Yeah.
But if it's something you're willing to like put the effort into taking care of and packing in that fashion, you can travel with it. But like you said, if it's got a bunch of bits and pieces, and I mean, I would never, I'm looking over to my right or some of my big like Lacerda games, I would never dream of like
I don't want
to take one of those somewhere.
I don't want to find that I lost something.
Oh yeah,
out in the middle of some country that we went to. So.
And it's tough. Like if your games have like not just a lot of pieces, but tons of specialty stuff, or like you said, even with Bloody Inn, if it's out of print or something that you're really concerned about damaging, losing, and can't replace, that has a lot of weight to it as well.
Because when I packed a hard case suitcase, and about a quarter of the suitcase was just small box games.
Yeah,
had a bunch of stuff in there, and so I had Marvel Remix, and I had Gacha, and I had what was it, Skull King and Volonimo, and all this stuff.
Yeah.
But it's like if one of those got damaged in transport or whatever, or if something busted open, I'm not super worried, because most of those are card games. Most of those are games that I would be fine replacing for $20.
Right.
So yeah.
Yeah. Tony, I don't know if he's being serious or not. He said, how much does it cost to bag your games? I mean, I just not any extra. I just throwing it in my carry-on. So, it's a lot easier to put Lacrimosa in a couple gallon size bags than to try and pack that big box. Right. And so, I mean, that's kind of what I look at it from that standpoint. Even when we flew to PAX Unplugged, like we all brought a couple games, and like you said, they can take up small box stuff's okay, but like you've got a couple even like medium sized games, they take up a ton of room. Oh, that carry-on is heavy as heck, Tony. Is how my bag is stupid heavy. It's dense. That's probably another reason they search it. So
yeah. So you weren't, Foundations of Rome did not travel with you to Boston. You didn't say, kids, store this underneath your shirt.
Yeah, everybody take one tray, put all the pieces in your pot. Can you imagine?
It's good.
Foundations of Rome would not be a travel size game.
No, not at all. So cool.
All right, we are up to the Game Chat Presents. Presents Pick 5. We've got 5 great games to take with you on a trip. So not the best 5, but 5 games that would go great on any family trip, friend trip, vacation, the next convention you go to, right? These are the games you want to grab and throw them in your bag.
And before I present mine, I'd presented 5 of the 10 or 12 games that we traveled with this past week. So this is there's only one overlap. I believe, from what I put on TikTok. But this is also the criteria for mine was small, travels well, and plays at least 5, because we are 5 people. 5 people family.
I like it.
So,
I like it.
Actually, that would have been great. Sponsored by Button Shy. Man, why didn't we have Jason on?
Why don't we ever have sponsors?
I don't know.
Because all we have is Rick in our audience.
Yeah, Rick. Thanks for watching, Rick. So let's go with it's funny, I've given this as gifts, but I only recently bought my own copy from Devere. It's Cockroach Poker. Cockroach Poker plays up to 6 players. It's a fun bluffing game. It's really fun to play with family. And what I like about it is you can have such a small table. You can have the tiniest table, and as long as everybody can have their cards in front of it, in front of you, I mean, you can play this game, and it's just a hand of cards. So it takes up very little space, travels really well. Even if you need to take this box and leave the box at home, it's just a deck of cards. You can put it in. You could probably put it in like a tuck box or something like that. How many 60 cards or something? I don't know. But anyway, yeah, Cockroach Poker. That's a great travel game.
Man, we're getting ripped up by people watching the show here.
Yeah,
it's mainly
you guys love us, don't you?
Stuart, thanks for showing up.
Yes,
Bob is, I'm sure, Bob's reading instruction manual right now. He's super excited about the game he just got in the mail today.
Yes, and yeah, he showed it to us in our One Board Family group chat, and I was like, when are we playing this? So very excited.
He's ready. He's been talking about it all day. So that game is the
Who is this? I do need to pick up Cockroach Poker. Just played this at PAX U for the first time with Isaac and Bob. Who is that?
I'm not sure. I think that's in our. I'm gonna look.
That's in your.
Yeah, I think it's in the community group. I linked that in today, but for some reason it's not.
It's a restream. It's a restream issue. Restream is having. It's Simon. Okay.
Simon. Perfect.
Restream is having an issue with permissions with Facebook groups. So just so you know, that's why you're a Facebook user, random Facebook user. Thank you, random Facebook user. We appreciate you. Also,
that was actually the first time I played it was at Nova Roma. Sorry, we're all over the place right now.
We're everywhere.
Cockroach Poker, first time I played it was PAX U also. Really enjoyed it. Nice. Nova Roma is a new one from Stan that Bob just got that you're going to be playing soon. That it looks like it's super close to funding. It's at like 92%.
Yeah,
so
that's exciting.
He's really close. Cool. So definitely check that one out. My first one I talked about just a minute ago, and that's Colorado.
Yes.
Color Ito Colorado. Simple game. Fits your criteria. Plays up to 5.
Yep.
Was this on your list?
No, but it went with us. It was on our trip with us.
So. Super good game. I actually found this at Origins last year. We call my buddy Gene and I call them the Carnies.
Yes.
They sell all the old
$5
grand games. Yeah, $5. I bought 4 of them. I've given away all of them.
We messed up. We only bought 3. We gave away 2, and we're on our last one. So.
They might have more this year. Who knows?
I'm gonna have to buy like
for $5. This game is a steal at 10. 5 was ridiculous. So it's a good reverse birthday gift if you can find those again.
It is.
Colorado, great game. Quick, easy. Pick it up, and then everybody plays it, and then you're like, okay, let's run that back. So
that's right. It's so much fun. Talking about another small game that's been popular recently, Scout. Scout is really good. My brother fell in love with Scout after playing it. Plays up to 5 players. It's a really fun game. It feels unique, but then you start to realize that there are some mechanics that it shares with other games out there that you didn't realize. Scout is a lot of fun. It's an Oink game, so it's going to be in a small box, just like Deep Sea Adventure. Scout plays really well. Our copy of Scout is getting a little worn, even though we've only had it since the summer when we found a copy in Florida. But Scout's one that travels with us and is an easy pick up and play. I don't. Have you played Scout at 2 players before?
I'm trying to think. Maybe. I don't know.
It changes. So it changes. It becomes basically force the other player to not be able to play instead of trying to empty your hand. And so it changes the game. And I've played Scout twice at 2 players, and I like it. I was really surprised that I liked it. Because usually it's not even a thing.
I mean, I would definitely try it. But I don't know that I have.
Yeah.
I didn't know this was Simon's first time catching the show. Thanks, Simon.
Oh, nice. Thank you, Simon.
I was just commenting that we had tripled our viewership to 3. So look at this. We might be quadrupling this bad boy right now. My next one I'm going to pick is a game that goes in that little card box of 100 cards. I take it out of this box. Also, one I learned at PAX U from Simon and Bob was Bonanza.
Yeah, Bonanza.
This is the anniversary edition.
Nice.
What a fun game. And again, brand new to me. And all my
Yeah,
most of my local players had not played it. So I came back
really.
after PAX U. I remember I taught this to buddy Hank and Jason and Becky one of the game nights we had, and they all loved it. And
Nice.
everybody that's played it has really had a good time. Kids, adults, plays up to, I want to say it plays up to 6. No, 7, plays up to 7. So fun game. And
Yeah.
just easy to play, easy to play around. Oh, that wasn't Simon saying that. That was
No.
What group are you guys
Scott?
in, Simon? I can't find you guys.
I don't know. They're invisible to us. We can't see them. So it's great.
Simon, tell me what group you're in. Help me out. All right. What's your next one? So
this is Scott Hill.
Oh, Scott, how's it going, sir?
There we go. Hi, Scott. I've never met you.
Scott's good people.
Nice. I like good people. So a funny story. I've got a copy of Bonanza, but it's in German. Our mutual friend Jacob Kuhn gave us a copy of the German version of Bonanza, and I've got it right over in there in our small box of small games.
I love it.
Yeah. This one has been hitting our table a lot lately. Gift of Tulips from Sarah Perry. This is Weird Giraffe Games. I just recently published our review of it. Gift of Tulips is really good. Like this is a game that I don't think is getting enough attention and enough love. It has this interesting mechanic where you're earning points by giving tulips that are of high value. There's a central market. If you give tulips of high value, you're gaining points for yourself, but you're also giving them something that they're going to eventually score points on at the end of the game if the market doesn't adjust in your favor. And so it's really, really, really good. I really enjoy Gift of Tulips. I think it plays a little long at 6 players, but I've played it at 4 players a ton, and I love it.
And 5 is good, right?
It plays at 5 too, yeah. So 6 is a little long. You're waiting on your turn. You're getting less of a bouquet of flowers at the end of the game to score, but it's still, really solid choice. So, yep. Gift of Tulips, small box, great game.
I found him. Sorry,
nice.
I got distracted there. I had to re-sign into Restream, and I added our board game, our Game of Sidekicks like community channel. It seems like that's where a lot of the chit chat's coming from. So cool stuff. I also plays up to 7. Really enjoy this game. First learned it on BGA and cannot go anywhere without a copy of No Thanks.
Nice.
This is the old man edition. This is the big cards. The box is bigger than my face. If I hold it here.
Yeah, we played that at Origins. When we were eating dinner.
My regular card box copy is so beat, like it's being held together by rubber bands. It's horrible. This is not the one I travel with. I travel with the smaller one.
Oh, okay.
But this one works really well for like everybody at the table can see the number a little easier. But again, man, what a simple game. It doesn't. It's often our like, okay, it's the end of the night, board game night. No one wants to go home, but no one wants to play another long game. So play this a few times.
Yeah, that's really good.
It's a great one to play to finish the night.
It's a good one. Honshu was a game that I had brought up that we had gotten back to the table. We've gotten it back to the table a couple more times. This is just a really good game. Honshu, tile laying, card laying. You're basically forming out this grid. You can overlap or underlap cards. There's 4 different major types of like not resources, but 4 different types of lands, and they all score differently. Nice. Honshu is really good. It takes up a little bit of space. So as a travel game, it travels well, but it takes up a little bit of space. So make sure you have a good sized table to play this one on. That's probably the only caveat I would go, since we're putting it in the travel category. So
Simon brought up an interesting thing I forgot. He put No Thanks, aka the play to make the power go out game. I have played No Thanks with Simon at 2 different conventions, and at both of those conventions, the power went out when we were playing No Thanks. Yeah, complete. Like we're at Gen Con, and it was like the huge ballroom we were in just like power went out completely,
yeah.
like shut down.
Mm.
I've never seen that.
That's
And
wild.
so we pulled our phones out and keep playing. I have a picture of him like looking at the cards with his
Yeah.
with his phone,
That's
and
funny.
they came back on. But yeah, that's the
Yeah.
get rid of. So
I know this one's a Rick comment. Underlap. That's a word.
yeah,
Yep.
fair enough.
Sure, it is.
I'm on my fourth pick here. This game almost never lives in the box. In fact, it's not in the box right now. It's in a smaller like Magic deck box,
Mhm.
and that's Point Salad.
Yes.
I would play this anytime, anywhere, with anybody.
100%.
At a restaurant. My wife and I have played this at numerous like bars and breweries and restaurants, and we always play with the full deck. Even if it's 2 players, we play with the entire deck. It is
Yeah.
chaotic. The scores are insane
Oh, yeah.
with 2 players, but it's just easier. I just like, okay, we're just gonna go through the deck and play this out.
Yeah.
I just recently got let me grab it here. I can just reach it. I picked this up at Tantrum Con. It's
Tantrum Con. Yep.
Eevee edition, or the Korean edition. I haven't had a chance to play it yet, but Eevee Point Salad. So both those great. I'm looking forward to seeing Point City is good.
Yeah.
But Point Salad is a
I
great game.
Yeah, I don't know who that is, but yes, it is. Point Salad is fantastic. It is one of those games that I played it the first time. I thought about it a couple times. I played it again, and it just every time I play it, I'm just like the ease of that game and just how smoothly it plays and introducing new players. And then the person wants to play it again because they're like, I know I can do way better. And so it's very normal for us to put Point Salad on the table multiple times when we're at family gatherings and stuff like that. So
that was Mike Young asking that. Mike,
yes. Yeah, Point Salad definitely worth picking up. I'm surprised at how much play that one gets. I would say at the end of every year, Point Salad is up in the top 5 most played games for us as a family.
100%. Yeah. So easy and so much fun.
My last one was a last minute addition because I thought about Werewords as a travel game. So first of all, runs off of an app. You've got your phone with you at all times. You can really play this game kind of wherever you are. It doesn't take up a ton of table space. You're not dealing with a bunch of cards. You've got these little tokens. You can even keep the tokens in your hand if you wanted to. So it doesn't take up a lot of room. And Werewords is a fun activity for a large group of people. So if you're playing 6, 7, 8 players, Werewords is a lot of fun. And all you need is your phone and a tiny amount of space. So that's why that one is now on the list of games to travel with.
Honestly, that is a game you've talked about a lot, right?
So Rick, this is Rick's it might be Rick's most played game ever. I mean, he has played this game a stupid amount of times, like in the hundreds. And so I like it, and my family likes it, especially around the holidays. This hits the table a couple times just because it's like we just had dinner. Nobody's wanting to play a big game. Everybody's stuffed. I throw this on the table, and immediately one of the kids is like, I want to be the mayor. And I'm like, you can't choose to be the mayor. You got to be dealt the mayor. So
yeah, I don't have it. I don't know if any of our local friends, Jason, if he's still watching, I don't know if you have it, but how many? I'd love to try it. How many players does it play?
I think 8.
8? Oh, that's great.
10.
Wow.
Yeah.
Definitely bring it to Origins.
And each game is less than 10 minutes because you've got a timer. It's basically a 5-minute timer and then a final like 2-minute discussion. So
this is our normal time, Bob. We switched it up a couple weeks ago because of because I had something going on.
Yeah,
8 o'clock.
8 o'clock is our normal hour.
Okay, so there you go. Yeah, Jason said they don't have it. Yeah, I've got to try it. Maybe Origins bring it. We can all try
I'll bring it. Yep. That'll be good.
Do I have one more? I have one more.
One more.
I always have like 10 games on the list, right? I got this.
Yeah, exactly.
Here.
You lose track.
Gosh, I've got this huge stack, and I love them all. But I'm gonna go with the one that gets the most travel. Again, with us is Roll For It from Calliope Games. Yep. Chris Leader, right? I think his first design. It's such a fun game. It's stupid. It's stupid how easy this game is and how much fun it is. We have 2 copies. You can fit 2 copies in one box. So to play up to 8 people around the table, we just add like 5 cards instead of 3. It's a great push your luck dice roll. I love rolling dice. I love the push your luck. It's a fun game. There's deluxe editions of this. You don't need that. You need this. You need the purple box and the red box. They're like $10 each. Highly recommend. Somebody disagrees, but but I love rolling dice. Like I like the chance, and not everybody does, right? Not everybody enjoys the craziness of rolling dice.
Let me show you something real fast. Let me find this on my shelf.
But I have fun doing it. So I and neither of us put any Grandpa Beck games, even though all those are great too.
I have a little game here called Lucky Shopper.
Okay.
Story behind this.
Tony knows.
There is a so Roll For It. I knew of Roll For It, but I had never played Roll For It.
Okay.
And so I played a game. It was Yahtzee came out with this tiny box. Yahtzee Extra. I can't remember what it's called. It's a tiny box, and it was almost identical to Roll For It, but there were some little tweaks. It was a little box, and everything fit inside that little box. And you have these little square playing cards, and they're available, and you can claim them, but people can take them from you. Okay. So I played that years ago, and it stuck in my brain, and I was like, I want to design something like that, but with a definite theme that has like ramifications. And so I designed this game called Lucky Shopper. And so I've play tested this game with a bunch of people over the years, and people were like, definitely just find a way to publish it. Publisher, somebody reached out to me and they said, hey, send me a copy of that game that you had a picture of. And I want to see what it is about. And so I sent him a copy, and the person wrote back and he said, you obviously love Roll For It. And I was like, oh, that game. I had recently played it, and I was like, yes, there's some similarities, but the theming and there's a lot of extra little things. And the person never talked to me again. So it was very, very interesting interaction. And I stopped developing that game because somebody thought that I was ripping off Roll For It. And so this has not moved in 5 years. So,
well, as long as you had fun with it.
Yeah, it sucks.
So Jason put a few for what he would put for his top 5 there.
Let's see.
A couple down. One of them was my number 6 for sure. Tiny Epic Galaxy, Skull King, For Sale, Bananagrams, and Marvel Remix. Skull King is always on list for me.
Yep,
right?
Yep. Skull King went with us. Marvel
Bob has
us.
He's gone through 8 copies of Skull King.
Jeez, yeah, so many.
Marvel Remix is super fun. So fast. Like, you explain to people and they're like, okay, it's gonna be over in 10 cards. You're like, what do you mean? Like, it could literally be over in 10 turns. But it's fun little hand management game. But those are good. Another one I wanted to put, but I don't physically have, and I like to be able to show the games. And our friends over at, and you don't have your hat, neither do I. Our friends over at 25th Century Games, they are going to be bringing it local. Is Splitto. And Splitto is super fun. Score left, score right, passing the cards. It's on BGA if you haven't checked it out. But Chad and Mike, he's in the chat now. They'll be bringing that from 25th Century in the near future. So tons of fun.
I'll be you'll see an official how to play video from One Board Family very soon.
Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah.
Unofficially sponsored by 25th Century. So what are you playing, Ryan? What's hitting the table?
Yeah, so 2 things. First of all, For Sale Autorama was on my list of games that I wanted to check out from Eagle Griffin Games. Thankful to have gotten a copy after our chat with Rachel a couple weeks ago. Kwanchai is one of my favorite artists in the board game scene, and so I really love the cars and just the cool look of this game, and how they took the original formula of For Sale, this little card game, and kind of upped it and made it a little more gave it some more stakes and some more gameplay. For Sale Autorama is really, really good, and I could never go back to playing For Sale, the original, which is
Wow.
interesting because I've played For Sale a lot. I don't have a copy of it, but is my camera backward? Is that what's going on? What I'm getting all okay. So Bob, let's go through the comments here. Bob's sitting here saying that I look like I'm from 1998. Okay, what is it? The colors? Is that
No,
what's
it's
going
just
on?
it's just not clear. It's like you'll see it on the when you watch the playback.
Okay. I changed my lighting. So
I think it's your
then
haircut just threw
it's my
everybody
haircut.
off.
Yeah. So can you grab me a Creed CD and my Jinkos? Oh man. Backward camera, what an amateur. Is that me? Do I have my camera back? What's going on?
I mean, mine's just my
oh, yours is backward.
yeah,
Oh,
mine's
the
just my
backward.
my 1080. Yeah.
Okay.
I
So
don't know.
anyway, you got that dial-up filter on. I like that. So anyway, so For Sale Autorama, loving that game. We played it a lot, and even Aaron is like, let's play that one again, which I'm super into it. So and then man, we're both backward. Yeah, we are. Why are we both backward?
I don't know. Ours usually isn't backwards. I don't know what's going on.
No, I don't know why did something change in Restream?
Well, it's Bob's Restream account, so that's probably
it's Bob's Restream. Bob screwed it up. So
yeah, thanks, Bob.
Rolling Heights. I love Rolling Heights. I really love Rolling Heights.
I've heard.
I really love this game. And
so much you have 2 copies of
it. Yeah. So there's a person on our channel that is not loving Rolling Heights as much, and that's fine. We all have different opinions. No, Aaron likes it a lot. But yeah. So anyway,
it's one of the other 2.
I really love Rolling Heights. So
I look forward to seeing your review on it. No, I know you've said you really loved it. I've seen a ton of it on TikTok recently.
Oh man, it's so good.
Visually, it's really nice looking.
Yeah.
So I definitely give it.
I think the theme and just there's a lot of little pieces, and that's the worst part of it. But it's so much fun. It's so much fun. So anyway,
2 games I've been playing a lot recently. One, got introduced on BGA again by Bob to us, and I had to go out and find it. Was Stockpile.
Yeah.
Found that they actually were selling this Epic Edition. They must have recently reprinted it.
Nice.
So it's on their site. So Stockpile is just a blast. I mean, it's no exchange by bicycle, but it's great. Great stock game. Really enjoy it. Everybody that's played it has had a blast with it.
Nice.
It's fun, and it's another good one that's like, okay, no one wants to play anything heavy. What can we play next? My new favorite Devere.
I just flipped my camera, by the way.
Oh,
I found the setting. Go down to
did I miss settings?
Tech chat.
Welcome to Tech Chat.
So go to settings and then go to video.
Oh,
somehow those were set to flip.
Yeah.
Why were they set to flip?
Did it just flip back?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, now I'm good. Whoa, what's going on with that side of my face?
Interesting.
Does Bob play games with people on BGA? Yeah, Bob plays tons of games with us and introduced us to lots of good stuff. I trust. I'll put this out there, and I'm probably not the only one that feels this way. I trust Bob's opinion with little to no hesitation on games that he likes. For me personally,
I trusted Bob's opinion on games with little to no no hesitation until he told me that this is fine.
Well, fine's not bad.
Yeah, I know, but whatever.
So anyway, I would say Bob does definitely not.
No, that is not true. Bob does not like every game. That is not true.
Wait, I don't want to do one of those shows ever, but I'd love to play like 5 games Bob hates, right?
That would be interesting.
I think I could name. Fine is not bad. Exactly. Fine is not bad.
Fine is not bad.
Shout out to Joan of Arc. Joan of Arc is also another. And we didn't even touch any roll and writes.
No.
Right? Or any drawing.
We did a whole roll and write. Like,
have we done that?
We haven't. We've been light on the themed, like the mechanics.
Shows. Yeah, we should do that one.
We'll do that. Yep.
So Devere Games is out of the ballpark with everything they make. Even their little box games, like Ouch, the cactus game was amazing. Jerusalem is amazing.
So good.
Their last 3 big box games,
So good.
Jerusalem, Lacrimosa, and Titleton, are
Yeah.
stupid. They're
No,
amazing.
Titleton's board and dice.
Oh, I'm sorry. Whoops. But the other 2 are
Yes.
great.
Yes.
Devere just sent me this Bamboo.
Bamboo. Okay.
This game is super solid.
Really?
This takes place in the same universe as Bitoku.
Okay.
It is a small, this is not a big game box, right?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, in comparison, right, there's the point salad box.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
not
That's a good size.
huge, but there's a lot going on in this game. It's got a big board. It's got little bamboo pieces that you're trading in for actions.
Yeah.
A little incense thing. This is super solid. If you
Really?
enjoy Devere games, this is like a step back in like length of time, but
Yeah.
still has a lot of good crunchy challenges and
Okay.
decision making.
I've not learned Batuku because I just can't, like, I don't know. I saw somebody playing it for 3.5 hours at a convention, and I was like, I'm good. I just, no, I'm good. So
Batoku Millefiore, that's what I was thinking of. Thank you. That was the one I was thinking of with the Devere combo.
yeah, that's fantastic.
I wanted to learn Batoku, but Simon refused to teach Bob and I at PAX Unplugged. So,
yeah.
in case, I hope Simon heard that comment.
Simon, step it up, man. Some,
there you go.
Man.
Anyway, so yeah, Bamboo, super solid. Highly recommend. Definitely check it out.
That's
and
cool.
the other one I wanted to put in real quick. I got a couple games from from Blue Orange recently.
Okay, cool.
This is kind of a silly game, but it was fun. Burger ASAP or Burger
I've seen
ASAP.
that one. Yep.
It looks like a burger box.
That's cool.
I will say this is hard for storage, but
yeah.
But you open it up and it's just got like
that's cool.
bunch of cards. And this is a speed game where it shows you like a burger combo. Like everybody has the same cards, and then everybody has to arrange their cards because they're 2-sided. You use them all, and you have to like kind of stack them to get the right combination. That it wants.
That's interesting because Burger Up is. I love that about Burger Up. Burger Up is a game that's so underrated. It's out of print now, but Burger Up has that stacking thing where you're covering up the
cards,
other half of one of the cards, but you're matching these a cheese on a cheese or a vegetable against vegetable, stuff like that. Yeah, so burger making game. So
first off, Simon is right. Bob and I were in sugar comas.
Yep.
Second off, Mike, yes, product packaging. I would have loved and forever said the old school Happy Meals. I wish this was in like styrofoam, even though it's so awful. But imagine this was in like a McDonald's old school styrofoam container.
Or even if it was a plastic clamshell type thing, but it looked like styrofoam, like some rounded edges and stuff. Like
and
really cool.
And I am afraid that this is going. I'll be honest.
Oh yeah,
I'm afraid that this is just not going to last very long.
No,
Simon, you're absolutely right with that. So Burger ASAP, fun little
Did they send you a copy of Woodland Floor or Wood?
Yeah, the mushroom one.
Yeah, that mushroom one's really good. That's really good.
It was a fun little hidden game.
Yeah,
hidden information.
Smiths showed us how to play that at Tantrum Con. Really good game. So
yeah, and the bits are
really
awesome,
nice.
right?
Yeah.
The little mushrooms.
Really well done. So
yeah, definitely don't lick the mushrooms though.
Do not lick the mushrooms. So awesome. Man, we went a full hour, just the two of us hanging out,
and all of our friends,
and
Simon.
Hey, thanks for showing up and chatting with us on the game chat. Thanks, everybody. Legitimately one of our favorite things to have. I'm gonna do this chat overlay. I have no clue if it's gonna screw up our feed or anything. What is that? No, new comments will. Maybe we put this on.
Oh boy.
Know. I don't.
People are gonna have to identify themselves.
Yeah, you're gonna have to do something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway. So I where next thing? Sorry, I'm trying to find the thing I want to share. You want to share what we're doing? Where can we find you?
Yeah, you can find us at One Board Family all over the place. We're on YouTube. We're on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, all the stuff. Our TikTok, I've been trying to do more with that. You're going to see some stuff come through with that shortly. Some new content. but yeah, just follow us wherever. My review of Jerusalem is going up tomorrow.
Ooh, nice.
I'm very, very excited about that. And you are sharing your screen. You want me to put that on the screen there?
Yeah, when you get to me.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what-
So that's us. Yeah.
So you can find us everywhere on our Instagrams, Twitters, Facebook, etc. And tomorrow I will be over at the Lobby of Hobbies tomorrow
Nice.
night with my buddy Jazz Cruz.
Yeah.
Dice Masters has a brand new set that just came out, and we are going to be opening some cards. The set premieres this Friday, I think. They completely changed the format of the cards. They look completely different. They sent Jazz and myself some draft packs to crack open. So we're going to just kind of do the same thing, 8 to 9, hang out, open some packs, talk about the game. Jazz
Sweet.
and I, that's where we cut our teeth, was on Dice Masters. So
That's awesome.
we're going to be opening up these little bad boys here, the Secret Wars.
Nice.
That's not in focus very well. So yeah, Dice what? Yeah, my condolences to Jazz. You're all
very cool. It looks like I have to upgrade my internet service or something. I'm gonna go back and look at what see what's going on. Maybe it's a setting. I don't know. Everything's coming through clear on the side. So
everybody's watching Netflix in your house.
It must be. So I'll check it out. So anyway, thanks so much for watching. Thanks for hanging out with us on the game chat. If you're in the Atlanta area, Shannon is going to be Southern Fried Gaming Expo. Doing an event at Slow Pour up in Atlanta. They've got a board game flea market this Saturday. Wish we could be there, but we're not going to be able to get up there. Anyway, but check it out. Go to Southern Fried Gaming Expo and check out the Slow Pour gaming flea market event that's happening this Saturday. So a little shout out to Southern Fried folks. So
on my list of places I want to check out sometime.
Man, Southern Fried, so much fun. It is seriously our favorite. So we love it. Okay, awesome. Cool. All right. Until next time, we'll see you at the table.
Peace out.
Bye.
Bye.